want to brag to the audience, but are we going to do this 5K this weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing a 5K.
Bragging.
5,000 miles.
5,000 miles.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I decided Mom and I are going to walk with the babe. With the babe.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my husband's going to actually run it. And he's all hyped because it's a trail run.
Yeah. So there's only so many people that are going to run it. I haven't decided if I'm going to walk it or run it, but we'll see.
You could run it?
I think so.
Cool.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw Miranda jogging down the street.
Oh, here?
Uh-huh. Gave her a little honk honk. It's always nice, right? When you still pull a few honk honks when you're jogging or walking.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It kind of, your whole day goes up.
Yeah. It's funny. The honks usually start when you're about 13 and it's Mexican workers. When you're walking home from middle school and the Mexican workers are excited to see you.
And you slowly hate it, but then you learn to...
On the other side of it, you're like, thank you.
Yeah. When we go bike riding, we're like, still pulling it in our 40s. Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. Speaking of still pulling it in our 40s.
What's up?
All right, I'm not in my 40s, but we had a good time this weekend.
Oh, the karaoke. Was that not so much fun?
It was a ton of fun. The best part about it is that because it started about 4 p.m., when we hit the clubs at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And then we were leaving by 9 p.m.
It was absolutely perfect. We housed 2 pizzas and then called it a night.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That's exactly the way I want to do every night out forever.
I know. Also very fun to dress in costume and character.
Yes.
I'm not usually a costume person. I don't normally embrace that kind of stuff.
But on the other hand,
goodness,
I love costumes.
Yeah.
And I was so hyped that everybody did them too.
Fully. Everybody completely committed. And I felt like people knew as soon as we came in. Because I was a little bit like, oh, we're going to walk in. And I feel like I had to tell everybody. It's a Grammy themed party.
Yeah. Otherwise I just looked like a pregnant slut. Just wearing like all mesh.
Yeah.
Bodysuit cutouts. Yeah. If you're not a celebrity, you just look.
I know.
Out of hand.
They guessed my outfit though. Every person knew.
Yeah. Well, J-Lo at the Grammys is iconic. MIA in 2006 or whatever is a little less iconic.
It's a deep cut, but it was excellent for a pregnant outfit.
Thank you. I don't know why. Like the night before, I started to panic
for what
about making the outfit.
Oh.
And then I was like, I got to make the outfit. I got to make a cake. I was like starting to panic about all the stuff that I had lined up for myself. So I sewed it in the middle of the night. Okay. And then I went to go sew the other 2 pieces on, and I was like, oh, I can't do it. I won't be able to do this.
Mom's
so
I
had to enlist Mom.
She is the best.
I know, but at 36 almost, you don't expect...
What's going to happen when she's no longer with us? Who's going to sew the clothes? Who's going to investigate the investigators? Who's going to sew the clothes?
I know. It's crazy because you think at some point...
David Goggins? Who's going to carry the boats?
You hope that at some point, like, you get to, like, especially now that I am a mom, like, you in your mind are like, well, one day they'll be self-sufficient. One day they won't need me to sew their costumes.
And we, in our 30s and 40s, still need Mom to sew our clothes.
Yeah, roll up, please help me.
I can do it in a pinch. It's never going to be great, but I can do it.
I physically wouldn't. To sew on mesh is like impossible.
Yeah.
She sewed it onto mesh. Yeah, it was incredible. She did it. She worked on it for 3 hours straight right before the party.
She's a queen.
Yeah, incredible. So anyway, literally, and then just like a night or two ago, she told me she woke up like out of breath because she said that she had a dream that I was like 5 or 6 and that she lost me. Aww. And I was like, are you kidding me? These anxiety dreams that I have don't stop.
Here I was saying to you last week, I was like, so this mom thing, I think I figured it out, right? Is that you're always going to worry. You just get better about worrying. That's what I thought it meant to be a mom.
I'm 36 years old and Mom woke up
panicked,
out of breath from her dream.
You know who doesn't?
People without kids. I know. I know. How do you enjoy your slumber?
Pretty darn good.
That's nice.
I have really nice dreams.
At least a couple of times a week I have a dream that like the baby's in my room and he's choking on something or he's got something up his nose or...
You know, I'm trying to do that thing where I will myself to like know that I'm dreaming. I think we talked about this lucid dreaming where like you look at your hand before you go to bed and you're like, okay, hand, this is going to be my cue in my dream. I'm going to look at my hand and I'm going to know I'm dreaming.
It doesn't even take that long. Like I don't even have that much time. I literally go from, oh no, the baby's choking to I jolt out of bed and turn the light on.
You don't have time to say this is only a
my
dream.
husband sleeps through all of it.
Yeah.
The light on, the me going, all of it. He just sleeps right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing about that. The dreams. You know, I'm on this Parasite cleanse. Apparently that's supposed to also stir up the dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
The devil's in your belly stir up the dreams?
Yes. The thing is, they say everything can be a parasite. Do you know, I feel like when you've gone on the healing journey and you've gone down the functional medicine trail, right?
Eventually,
the
you get to the parasite.
You're going to get to the parasite.
The parasite level.
The parasite level is like, I want to say like the last level where you save the princess. I think that's what's going to happen here. I think I'm going to save a princess. I don't know.
Or you're going to pass a small alien.
Or pass worms. So that's apparently what a lot of people talk about when they're like, you should do a parasite cleanse. They're like, oh my God, when you go to the bathroom, you're going to see worms in your... I'm like, that just doesn't seem... It seems terrifying, honestly.
Yeah, our cousin has been trying to get you to do it for a long time now. She's all in on the
So
parasites.
you know why? I had a dream that I had unwanted guests in my home. And that's like a very big like sign of parasites too. Does this all sound hooey?
A little hooey. A little hooey.
Yeah. It could be. I went surfing maybe 10 years ago in Mexico, met up with a total stranger and met up for a surf weekend. And we stopped and got gas station tacos from a lovely lady named Juanita and got violently ill after those
Both
tacos.
of you?
Both of us.
Oh, no.
Both of us. And we had just met. So
What was the protein in the taco?
I can't even remember because nothing stayed down then. That was it. We went to our separate rooms in our Airbnb and just,
Norovirused your way through it.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
And I think ever since then it's happened. So I've had kind of like weird, when you have like symptoms that you can't quite drill in on and you don't know what's wrong. I think that's what it's been.
Well, I was wondering what the protein was because I was just watching a documentary the other day that said like...
Pig? It's always pig, dude.
Well, I was going to say that like chicken. Apparently like a quarter of the chicken that you're buying at the grocery store tests positive for salmonella. And they're like, yeah, that's allowed to go to the grocery store.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's like, ooh, why? I mean, it's a nice reminder to just never eat conventional chicken, but...
So I'm just on pills 3 times a day. Wormwood, black walnut, oregano, some other stuff is in it. All this stuff's supposed to kill parasites.
Oh, regular stuff.
Regular stuff. And then I'm taking droppers a la Terrence Howard. I have my alarm went off the other day. Yeah, but I changed my timer to classical music.
Oh, that's gentle.
So it's gentle instead of jarring me.
That's nice. Cool. How many days is it?
30.
Whoa, the whole 30. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this for 30 days. I'll keep you posted.
Please.
Nothing's been passed yet.
You know I want photos.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I want to know. Dude, if there's a worm in your stomach and it comes out, I got to know about it. I need
so
proof.
Gross.
I need proof that this is real.
I know, I do too. And then, so my functional medicine doctor said that culturally, she said, we don't as a culture, but most cultures do a parasite cleanse once or twice a year.
Just like kind of part of their natural diet and stuff.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that everybody's got parasites apparently.
Chill. Don't go accusing everybody just because you got
accusing. I don't know. Honestly, there's no even way to tell.
You're like, actually, everybody has herpes. More people than you think.
Listen, I think what it is that there's no way to test it. So a lot of people say that this is like charlatans. Do you know? This is black oil, snake oil, or whatever they called it.
Black walnut oil.
Black walnut oil.
Have you heard, so last night was the full moon. Have you heard that thing where
the parasites go crazy on the full moon?
Yeah, and like it makes you crave sugar.
No, but maybe that's why I have this zit right here. I don't know.
Oh, apparently they make you crave sugar. And when you eat sugar around the full moon, it makes them go, turbosum.
Meaning you want more sugar on the full moon?
You do, but you shouldn't because it makes them go wild.
They go nuts.
Yeah, these are just peripheral things about parasites that I've picked up in the Crunchy Mom boards that I'm on.
Oh, so you're familiar?
Roughly, yeah. I've obviously never done it, but
okay.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Again, if you...
I'm into all of
I was going to say, you don't have to... Like, it's not very hard to sell me on something.
I know.
If you just tell me something's healthy, I'm like, okay.
Same, and I'll give it a little...
If it's within my wheelhouse, I'm like...
I've been red light therapying every morning.
Great.
Thanks to that panel, that very expensive panel.
Yeah. I bought that after watching Uberman.
I watched that guy. Who's that guy that reverses his age and he looks like an alien? Brian Johnson? What's his name?
I'm going to need a few more details.
He's on the internet. He's terrifying. Anyways, there's a Netflix documentary on him.
Okay.
He's like one of those biohackers trying to like reverse his age.
Is he the one who siphons off his kid's blood?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. And then his dad siphoned off his blood. So it was like... one to the other to the other.
The circle of life.
Circle of life. Yeah. But he does a lot of this stuff. So I watched it on there and I'm like, at what point am I turning into this guy?
When you start siphoning off my son's blood.
Yeah. So then he has to like warn the people that he dates. He's like, listen, I have quite an extreme lifestyle. Alternative. I think he starts with alternative.
That's gentle.
Which is usually what I say. I have an alternative lifestyle.
Excuse me, I have to go pass a Parasite.
I stare into this red light panel in the morning. So I've been doing that.
So you don't put, do you keep your eyes open or closed when you do it?
Open, baby.
Really?
It can heal your vision.
That's a Jack Cruz thing.
Yeah, it can heal your vision.
So that's the Jack Cruz thing. So like everything on the red light panel, not only do they tell you not to keep your eyes open, they give you like those tanning bed
yeah,
goggles. Yeah, I threw them out eventually because I wasn't using
them.
them.
I was thinking, why don't they just make the tanning bed out of this red light thing? Why don't you lay in a red light bed? Is that weird?
Does it give you a tan?
You feel the heat. So it's red light and then near infrared light. So there's two options on the panel. And the near infrared light, it looks like it's not even on, but it like emits heat. So it's nice. It's been cold these mornings. It's been really lovely getting blasted in the face.
Yeah, my husband was doing it every morning for a while there. And
it helps with like seasonal depression, all that other kind of stuff. If you're not getting the correct amount of vitamin D.
Yeah, I think he did it when the time changed and it started getting dark in the morning at one point. I think that was part of that.
Great.
Just to get some morning light.
Great. I was hoping to like heal my skin too, you know. Adult acne at 44 is not great.
Yeah, that's it's supposed to be huge for your skin. But yeah, it was Jack Cruz who was like, apparently he told his like tech, his like surgical tech to send her dad in. He's like, yeah, I got a red light panel in the office, like here's my keys, go for it.
Yeah,
sent him in there, but never gave him the cue to not
cover the eyes. But it can totally heal everything.
Yeah, apparently.
Isn't that crazy?
It's good to know.
I know.
Speaking of, the sun's back today, dude. Yesterday there was no sun.
Suicide watch, dude.
I was just talking to my neighbor about it.
Suicide watch.
She's a really nice old lady, and we both were like, I was miserable.
To our
yesterday.
listeners in Michigan and New York, how do you do it to yourselves?
How do you do it? I know.
It's so hard.
No, it's brutal. We had one day without sun and we were just like, just like moaning and dragging ourselves around.
Need it.
I couldn't get anything done yesterday. I was miserable. I just cried a bunch.
Aww.
I'm pregnant, so I cry. But like, I just cried a bunch yesterday.
I know. I thought it was so cute to listen to you being scared about giving birth. And I'm like, do you remember your first birth? You're like, I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited. I'm like, you're just having a bad day, dude. You're gonna go right back into it. You get hyped like you're going into a football game, all right?
Yeah.
You play weird music. Yeah. You're just like, bah, and then run in and do it.
Yeah, I am hyped about that part. I'm a little less hyped about postpartum. I'm firm on that. Everybody is so nice to you when you're pregnant. Yeah. And as soon as you have that baby, they're like, care. Why are you still fat? As soon as you have that baby, people are like,
that's what you're worried about. They're going to be like, ew, look at this one.
Do you have a tent you can live in for the next 6 months? Like, get out of here. So yeah, it's tough. I'm not worried so much about the labor. I am kind of bummed about postpartum.
You're going to be great.
Yeah.
You're going to be great. I saw your hose today. I forgot where the hose goes. When you tell me you're getting a hose for birth, I'm like, what does the hose do again?
You
get her out.
I had to get a food grade hose. So
where does the hose go?
So the hose goes, it hooks up to your shower and then it fills the tub. You wouldn't know because in my first birth, they didn't fill the tub.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. They use the hose and then...
No, I think I remember with your first birth. I think I came out like 8 hours later. I was like, you're gonna
use the hose, right?
We're gonna blow up this tub?
Yeah. So this one, you get a food grade hose so you can fill the water into the tub, and then it also use the same hose to slurp it back out.
Oh, I wonder where that water goes. I bet you it's great for the plants.
I'll ask my midwife.
Yeah, it's got all your juices in it. You know, the placenta and everything. It's good.
It's all the juices,
right? Stem cells. Maybe they can bottle it up. Speaking of, did you see that thing? Did I send it to you about how much why they do so many C-sections?
No.
Because they sell the placentas.
Ooh.
And the intact placenta, if you do a C-section, is like worth so much more. And it's not just to medical device companies. Beauty companies are buying them.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And actually that makes sense too, because otherwise you have to wait to birth the placenta. Like it comes out after, like you start to get contractions again and then it comes out. But you don't.
But they're hoping you dum-dums don't know to ask for it.
Take it.
They take it and they sell it. And it'd be different to be like, all right, if you want to sell it, but like break me off.
Yeah. They're not cutting it off my bill.
Yeah, but they don't do any of that.
What's your profit on that?
Not at all.
No, that's a bummer.
But it's the same thing of penis tips.
When they're done with them,
they cut them off, and then
don't they take them off with their mouth?
I think the Jews do that.
You don't talk about.
No, I know the moil. It's called the moil.
Yeah.
The guy who puts it up to his, and then I don't know why he does that. Maybe to cauterize. I don't know, honestly. I'm sorry to any of our Jewish friends and listeners. I'm so sorry.
And your cauterization mouth.
And your cauterization mouths. But you got some abracadabra guy apparently that puts it into his mouth and does something with it.
No, I've seen.
But they sell it. They do. They sell penis tips because women put it on their faces.
Yeah.
That sounds devilish to me.
No, it does. You know what?
It sounds incredibly evil.
No, it does. But also you see how like it's not a far leap from like that to like just like baby skin cells on your face to like,
oh yeah.
You know, and then like we also know that
adrenochrome.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Next
saying?
thing you know, you're Hillary Clinton. You're taking a bunch of kids out on a cruise. Nobody knows where those kids went.
You know, you see how like maybe those stories track a little bit when like
who knows?
You know that there's people who are transfusing young blood.
Yeah.
You know that there's people rubbing foreskin on their face.
Yeah.
And you know
where's the line?
Yeah, where you know that's possible, right?
Yeah, and I honestly don't know where the line is.
Oh, literally every time anybody tells me anything, I'm like, probably.
I know.
Like, I'm just so open. Like, yeah, probably. Sounds wild.
I know. Mom keeps asking me where are all the missing children. I don't know which children she's talking about.
You know what? I thought she was being wild about it, and then I had a pediatrician who mentioned it. My first pediatrician.
This is what I remember. I grew up in the 80s. They used to put kids on the back of milk cartons. Somebody was missing. It was usually like the dad took the kid from the mom or something, and that was it. That's where I thought missing kids were. I don't know what these missing kids are that everybody's talking about.
Same. And also, as soon as your child is born, they make you give like drops of their blood and send it into the state.
For what?
I would like to point out that it is a crime not to do it. So of course I did it.
It's a crime not to do it?
Yeah, it's like what is it? Not the one that can stop, not a felony.
Oh, is this like 23andMe where they're keeping everybody's DNA or something? Going to do something weird with it?
I had a pediatrician who was like...
Those Wojcicki sisters or something, which I always confuse with the Matrix sisters who are men who turn to women. But these are not the same sisters.
Who are the Wojcickis?
One owns 23andMe and one was the head of YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Those women?
Okay. No, so this was, I had a pediatrician who was just like, yeah, you know, like, because
they may be putting foreskin on their faces. I don't know.
I asked him because I was like, hey, I didn't do that thing the midwives asked me to. I mean, I did do the thing that the midwives asked me to do. I did it. It's a great thing. Everybody should do it. But I was asking him his opinion on it, and he was like, oh, yeah. He's like, I'm sure there's zero conspiracy behind every single human being born, sending a dollop of their blood to the government so that people could create a database that perhaps maybe one day if somebody needs a liver or a lung or something, we know exactly who has it. And maybe we make that person just like suddenly disappear. And I was like, damn, I found a good pediatrician.
I know. Yeah, very, right? This was in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah. At what point do we like that? And then at what point do we draw the line? Like, honestly, my phone the other day sent me a collage of me and you, just pictures. It found all pictures of me and you and then put it to some music.
That's
and I was
nice.
like, this is love.
That's nice.
Sure. Is it facial recognition and all that other?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Is it part of that like control grid thing? We want everybody on some like central bank digital currency and then we can, right? Is that what we're doing?
I believe it.
Okay.
I can get down with that.
So I don't know where to draw the line.
But thanks for the PowerPoint.
I appreciate it. It reminded me how much.
Thanks for the slideshow.
Yeah. How much we've been through the years. It's very sweet.
Oh man, we're all going down, huh?
I know.
All for a slideshow.
Could you imagine?
It is funny that that's the exchange.
Yeah.
They're like, we took all your data.
And in exchange, here is a really sweet thing of like you and your mom. And you're like, oh, that's so nice.
I do like my mom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You see?
Like, too bad if we need her liver someday, we're going to make her disappear.
Speaking of make her disappear, having mom and dad cross paths here like it was nothing.
Almost.
How'd you do that?
Almost. I had my mom here just minutes after my dad left.
That was great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Managing that just as well 20 years later.
Thank you. Yeah. Divorced parents. Don't recommend it. If your parents have an arranged marriage, try to get them to stick it out.
Honestly, that's probably best.
Yeah. You didn't like each other at the beginning. You don't have to like each other now.
Just tolerate each other.
Just stick it out.
Right? You don't have any dreams. What do you got to do?
Oh man.
Especially once you have kids, you're like, all right, isn't everything about your kids now?
It is sweet. Yeah. Once you have grandkids, suddenly nobody really cares that there was ever any animosity. Everybody's pretty stoked.
Yeah.
To see the baby and
the great neutralizer.
Yeah.
He's everybody's favorite.
Yeah, well, my first baby shower was like the coolest thing in the world because it was like my whole family got together on both sides for the first time ever. Cool. It was 80 people and it was like a small wedding.
Yeah.
And I just never had...
It was a peace pipe.
Yeah, like almost all my aunts and uncles all in one room. Like so many of my cousins were there. And it was just really neat to see everybody together. I just kept having to go to the bathroom and like...
Oh, that's
I was
so
just
sweet.
Crying. Just couldn't stop
Little did you know
crying.
your second shower was, or the sprinkle was just going to be
just a shit show.
It's just a shit show. Yeah. You weren't even drunk, but you seemed it.
Oh, I got so hyped.
Yeah.
You play like 3 songs that I like a lot, and I'm ready to jump on couches and go hard. And then eventually I just started drinking Perrier and eating cake, which is like a pregnant lady blowout. Like it's just like it's like a frat party for a pregnant lady. Sparkling water and cake.
Oh my gosh. And then when we went to the club after, we ran into all the other people who were also dressed up. We thought we were the only ones who dressed up for the night.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a bachelorette party or something.
Were they dressed as old ladies?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Next time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want costumes all the time. That's another thing too. So we went to karaoke and like, people get a little timid. I'm a terrible singer. So like, it's not about skill. It's certainly
performance level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I give it a 10 out of 10 on performance.
Yeah. Brittany is a performer. Okay. Before they had her jacked up on all those different meds where they propped her up and then pushed her out on stage, Britney Spears was a performer, not a singer.
That's right.
J-Lo, not a singer, a performer.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You come to bring the action.
Celine Dion didn't have to wear dresses that cut down to her belly button.
No, but I did. And it was a showstopper.
Yeah. People really liked it. People knew instantly that you were J-Lo.
I know. And when we went to pick up the cake, I had to announce to the lady, she's like, I know. J-Lo.
Again, like, without you by my side, I just look like
a whore.
Oh,
a pregnant whore.
Pregnant lady who like, and I can't wear my wedding ring because my hands got too fat. So I just look like a pregnant lady who's like still on the prowl. You know?
You did good.
Just trying to lock it in a few times before I get this baby out.
You did good. Hey, did you watch any of these Rogans? The last few?
Oh, did you see
Mel Gibson?
Oh,
cracked out Mel Gibson with his new teeth.
I only started it.
Me too. It's very hard to listen to him, but that guy goes hard for God, and I do too. Also, I didn't realize he may also be a creationist. I didn't know I'm in the same boat as this.
Yeah. He's not sold on evolution.
I'm not either.
Honestly,
I'm not sold on the dinosaurs. I'm not sold on anything.
Honestly, when somebody said they were like, they want you to believe that you came from monkeys so that you don't believe in your own magic.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit.
Yeah. I never believed it when I was a kid either, but I thought it was just one of those things. A lot of the things I didn't believe when I was a kid. But I was like, it's probably just because I don't pay attention. There is a massive gap in time that nobody can account for. Yeah. But why are they trying so hard to prove? And then Rogan's like, oh, no, there's carbon dating. And he's like getting all upset about it. He's like, there's so much information. There's people dedicated to trying to find out how old the world is. I'm like, you should probably come up with a different mission.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out God?
Yeah.
Just like sit back and enjoy the show, man. It's like the greatest place to be alive right now. Enjoy it, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes things are better before you know how they're made.
Yeah.
You don't need to see how the sausage gets made.
I know.
You don't need to see it.
I know.
Enjoy it.
So the other one was Zuckerberg, and I didn't watch much of it. But his backpedaling is bitch ass.
Oh, the Zuckerberg thing is my absolute favorite thing on the planet.
Such a bitch ass.
It is my favorite thing on the planet that the guy clearly hired people to help him appear more human.
So he went from reptilian to whatever this surfer dude
whatever
is.
this Jack Harlow cousin is. Yeah. He's wearing a gold chain. He's wearing a gold chain. He's got his Jufro aired out. He's got a product in it. I mean, he's like, me, I'm just cool. Yeah. As if
the government made me do it.
Yeah. Apparently he's like, not just backpedaling on that, right? So first of all, the censorship stuff is hilarious because it's like, oh, thanks, Zuck. Thanks so much now that you don't care about censorship. Now that we really need it, not that there's a giant propaganda campaign in our face every day telling us to stay in our houses and get vaccinated. But no, now he's like, I'm pretty against misinformation. You're like, cool, dude. We don't need it. Thanks so much.
This whole libertarian swing that everybody's doing, I find sus.
It's all like, well, it's a big appeal to Trump. Daddy Trump.
Oh, is that what this is?
And the new administration's coming to town. Yeah, so I think that's a big part of it. But my favorite thing is apparently now he's also backpedaling on DE&I.
I literally just found out what that was a month ago.
Okay. You've been out of the work loop.
I had no idea. First of all, that's what it's called. I was like, affirmative action is what they used to call it when I was young.
Uh-huh. Well, because the last company you worked for was like a very small company that genuinely was diverse.
Yeah.
It just genuinely was.
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
No, it was just being in New York.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like very funny that you missed it. So I worked for a company that was clearly a white company. And so they were really going out of their way to be like, look at all these lesbians we got. Like it was clearly just white people at the
Okay.
corporate office.
But the lesbians count for the DEI.
Yeah.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah.
Okay. I literally just learned that.
Yeah.
And now they're doing away with it, apparently.
They're doing away with it.
I
So
missed it.
you missed it.
That's great. Do you know what else it is? It's like I missed, do you remember when they said we're going to have to learn the metric system?
Yeah.
We never did.
Never did.
Point for us.
I know. I have a digital scale to like make stuff with, and I'm always like, ounces, grams. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Wait, so the pendulum swung the other way. Oh, whites are back?
I don't think you can say it like that.
Okay. What does this mean? Does that
I don't
mean
think you're supposed to say it like that.
no, white men are not back? Is that not the
No,
white men
no.
are still out?
Well, listen.
Still out.
Still out, except, Mark Zuckerberg is doing great.
Yeah. And Spud from War Mode, I still love you, dog. I still love you.
No, I would say they never really went away, the whites being back on top. Again, I worked for a company that was like number one in DEI.
Okay.
But it was literally all headed by white dudes.
Okay.
They had a couple of gays sprinkled in there, but it was just all white dudes.
Okay.
So this thing where like they talk about DE and I like, I don't know, whatever. A lot of it's just bullshit. But the Zuckerberg stuff is making me laugh really hard just because it's clear this man has no idea like how to be even remotely human.
No, but I heard he does jujitsu.
Yeah. Are you a white male in this country? You have to do
Oh, you do?
jujitsu. It's legal tender now. You have to do jujitsu.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like clearly trying to be like, me, I'm just a cool guy. I couldn't stand the White House told me to do it. I did it, but I did not like it at all. Get out of here, dude. You suspended Weston A. Price's Facebook page like day one.
I know.
They suspended like how many people? RFK. They just blasted Kelly Brogan off the internet. They blasted Tom Cowan off the internet. Anybody who had anything counter to say, they blasted them off the fucking internet.
Yeah.
And
how does it feel to be right now? On the side of right.
I know. You live long enough to watch Zuckerberg come crawling to your side. But anyway, you know how it goes.
Like, yeah, the pendulum swings the other way again.
I was
Here
going
we
to say,
go.
like Wormwood says, if you think your guy's on top, you need to reevaluate your guy.
Yeah, that is true.
So, yeah, I don't love the idea.
Speaking of, I dove back into the old War Mode episodes, Ange. I can't. You know when I crush so hard.
Yes.
I do. I can't help it.
Yes.
I've dug back. I went onto the Reddit threads and the Redditors to find out which the best old episodes to go back to. And they deliver. Okay, they deliver. It's like going back in a time capsule.
I think you're the only female part of the Patreon. Have you ever seen another female in the Patreon?
No, but I get shamed out of the Patreon all the time. Anybody who's being mean to me in the Patreon when I comment that I love Spud and that I want to be his yoga teacher, please stop. This is legitimate. This is genuine, okay?
We're going to clip this and just put this on the internet.
I'm just dreaming of Philly. It's so cold and ugly there, but I just want to go and run into them.
You do crush hard when you crush.
I can't help it. And right now, thank you. Right now it's Spud. Andrew, I love you.
Yeah, you really loved him on Alex Jones.
Oh my God. When he said the Holy Spirit, he was just that guy loves God too. Maybe he's a creationist. Who knows?
I think there's definitely something in the way of both of those being
true. I don't understand. One, it's mutually exclusive. One can't exist without the other. We can't have dinos and humans.
I think we can have dinos and humans.
Okay.
Some would argue
same time.
We'll see, but some would argue.
Okay.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's
Kind
kind of
like separate them like milk and meat. You can't have them together at the same time.
Exactly. It's kind of like in general with anything we ever learned in school. I wish that like for history or science or any of those subjects, I wish they would just say like, okay, this is what we know right now. This is as we understand it today.
Yeah.
But like for the same way that like, if you thought the world was flat or you thought that,
who knows at this point?
Who knows? Or that
who believes in any of this?
The sun goes round the earth. Like, it doesn't like, these are just things that like we were sure of them until we weren't sure of them anymore,
right.
So like things like that. I just wish we would just say, we're pretty sure this is how things are now.
Yeah.
Rather than telling me the answers to questions I never asked.
There you go. Here's the thing is, I don't know anything. I think we can say that confidently.
Sure.
I know not much.
You're still, you didn't eat from the fruit of knowledge in the garden.
Oh, is that what happened?
You're still
pure?
You're still pure, baby. Yeah.
I feel it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just go by what I feel. I know that sounds really dumb.
No, I think it's sweet.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's nice to go by what you feel.
Yeah. And today I'm happy. The sun is shining. Yesterday, if you would have asked me, off with her heads.
Yeah, I wanted to throw myself off the roof yesterday. I'm like a very, very gentle creature that needs very specific amounts of warmth and humidity and sunshine.
No, same. That's why I had to dig into the War Mode archives to just be happy.
Oh, you got your artificial happiness from there?
For sure.
That's
I was
sweet.
just feeling sadness and they make me so happy. Do you
That's
know?
sweet.
People who knew what was going on during the scam.
That is nice.
I love
Actually,
that.
I didn't start listening to them until probably later. Maybe 2022. So it would have been nice to have found them during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was hard. Again, back to the Zuckerberg thing. Like, thanks again. Now
I think he goes by Zuck, but it's okay.
Now
Now that he burned down half of Maui and bought it. Did they do that?
Just the Zuck.
Did they do it? Who's buying California? Who did that?
We'll find out. But
What directed energy weapon did that?
probably BlackRock's going to buy it up. But no, it's interesting because during that time, during like 2020 and 2021, it was really hard to just even have like any kind of realistic conversation with somebody about what was going on without it being pretty inflammatory. And I wasn't running around being like, I know what this is at all. I just was like, I know it's not what that is. I know it's not what they're telling us.
Yeah.
And so can we talk about it? And that was really hard because there weren't a lot of voices out there that were having those kinds of conversations.
Yeah.
And you kind of had to like be on the down low about it with like your friends or your coworkers and that kind of thing. So
it reminded me of what mom had said with communism when they were little, that you like had to hide who you were in school. And you had to hide like that you celebrated Easter or something. You couldn't let the government know. And that's just what it felt like.
Yeah. Oh gosh, when I moved to Houston, a very wonderful, like one of the nicest guys I worked with was like, "Oh, you're in Houston now? I can get you the vaccine early." It was like January, and he's like, "I can get it for you. Just let me. Yeah, my wife works for so and so, and we can get you in. So just let me know." And I was like, "Wow, that's so nice."
Okay, I'd like to go on record as saying, do you remember when I went around to the farms and worked for free in the WOOF program? One of the farm owners in Tennessee, normally he would dine with all of his workers, and he would refuse to dine with me and sat 6 feet away from me, even though he was thirsting to talk to me. Thirsting. But because I wasn't shot up, I didn't have all my papers, he couldn't sit near me.
But he could accept your free labor.
He sure did. I bet you feel dumb now.
It was very silly. It was very silly.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Treated me like I was some...
You're the dirty one.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Meanwhile, I'm like, dog, I don't want you near me. I don't need you shedding on me, okay? I don't know about the shedding.
Yeah, we don't know if that part's true. But either way, it was like during 2020 and 2021 when you felt like you were the only person on the planet who was feeling this way. That would have been a good time to be able to see other people on social media feeling the same way as you.
Yes.
Not in 2025, Zuck.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's 2025. I know. Now all of a sudden, everybody's a freedom fighter.
Great.
Speaking of, happy birthday to the greatest freedom fighter, Thomas Massey.
Oh, it's his birthday.
Yeah, he just turned yesterday. I think was his birthday.
Nice.
So yeah, lost his wife. Who knows? Maybe something happened there. I don't know. But he's been number one, day one, fighting for freedom and still fights. Kentucky?
Yeah. He's a representative in Kentucky. Dope guy. Questionable Christmas card.
Oh, the guns.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
It's just, it's inflammatory to just have your kids and your wife with a bunch of like just armed up.
America.
Yeah, I mean, again, like obviously you're allowed to have them and you should have them.
But the Christmas card is a little much.
See your face for sure. You're gonna turn some people off.
That's true.
You're not gonna catch a lot of flies with AK-47s. More with honey, More with honey.
Now that you're a mom, we can't call you AK-47 anymore.
No, I think that's my forever name.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we wrap this up?
We knock mics.
Always.
I love you.
Bye.